Hi, this is Matt O'Leary, and today I'll be doing a track review of the new Coheed and Cambria single, You Got Spirit Kid. Coheed is one of my favorite groups, so I was pumped to find out that this album is coming out so soon. It's going to be called The Color Before the Sun, and I think it's coming out October 9th. Who am I kidding? I know it's coming out October 9th. This will be the first album out of their discography of 6 or 7, depending on if you count The Afterman as 2. That's not a concept album. And this is totally a new direction for them. I'm actually thinking that the challenge will be good for Claudio as a songwriter. You know, take some of the pressure off of writing songs that all fit within this very tight storyline. With a few exceptions, one being the band Rush. Rock bands seem to make their music poppier as they go on, especially late into their career, so I definitely sort of expected this sort of single from Coheed and Cambria, but maybe not to this extent. First off, Coheed is a band with a ton of style and flair. You know, Claudio, just his voice, his songwriting, their storylines, it's always been super unique, so this is, you know, led to some just exhilarating highs in their music. And this unique style is exactly why they're one of my favorite bands. I mean, the Willing Wells from Good Apollo 1 are my favorite music that I've ever heard. But when a band is this bold stylistically, you're definitely going to get some haters, and along with the highs, some definite lows. When the band runs really low on songwriting inspiration, they can write some of the most, in my opinion, corny and forgettable melodies, as well as just predictable songs and chord progressions. This really showed up for me on the album Year of the Black Rainbow, with songs like In the Flame of Air or When Skeletons Live, that last one being super cringeworthy in my opinion. And unfortunately, the same things that made me cringe in those songs are doing it again in You Got Spirit Kid. For one, I'm not a big fan of really blatant swearing in songs. I think it's a really lazy way of using language. I'm okay, you know, throwing it in every so often, but as the main hook of a song. Also, even for a pop song, this has a really boring chord progression and structure. It's almost one of those things that you hear and you're like, is that really it? Ugh, and that ooh ah Eddie, ooh ah yeah, just don't even get me started. Musically, this reminds me a lot of their most poppy stuff like Favor House Atlantic or The Suffering, but probably most glaringly like The Afterman's Two's my favorite one. You know, the emotional tone, the guitar rhythm, and the progression in this song are very similar to Two's my favorite one. I just like that one a lot better. It didn't have this extremely bubblegum vocal melody, and it just felt like a lot more dynamic of a song, and I think it worked a lot better in the context of the album as the closer, kind of this bright and sunny closer to that album. Whereas this one I expect to be somewhere in the middle or even at the beginning as one of the main hits. And I just don't think it's going to work. One thing I do like here is the obvious lyrical theme in this song. You know, being annoyed with someone that's going around touting their opinion and taking center stage all the time. And in typical Coheed fashion, the music almost opposes the message of the song. You know, this very angry lyric is sung ever so peppily. And yeah, you can look it up, that's the adverb. I'm at a point with this band where they can really do no wrong in my eyes just because they've done so much right already. You know, I'm completely invested in their work, I'm completely on their side, so it's going to be hard for me to not find some good in whatever they release. But this song is definitely a step in the wrong direction for me. And like I said, I'm really hyped for the album. You know, I got my hopes up, I'm going to pre-order it, but it's just this song rubbed me the wrong way a little bit, so you Coheed fans out there, let me know what you think. If you disagree with me completely, let's keep this civilized, but I'd definitely like to discuss it. Let me know what you think about the ending of this song and where that's going to lead. I thought that was really interesting. And thank you so much for watching, all you children of the fence.